Hey, hello everyone. So welcome back. We are about to start our module 4, which is planning. Change the order, right? So we start with organizing and then planning, controlling, and then leading. We will have the planning, which including the goal setting. We will have the plan, right? To define the process, right? In the controlling, we will have so-called as like a implementing, right? We cannot only have the plan without implementation. We needed the implementation and then the monitoring. So implementation plus monitoring, this is the controlling process. I decided to give this a short explanation. I want to change the sequence. As you can see, that I want to start with the strategy and the strategic planning. And then we started to talk about something regarding the basic managerial planning and something regarding the planning tools and the planning techniques. Strategy, very important. I want to more focus on the high level strategy. That's why we call this strategic planning. I have reviewed several textbooks. Those textbooks, either they directly get into the functional strategy, not the business strategy. Just give you the example. All right. So if we talk about the high level strategy, this can be the corporate strategy, this can be the business strategy, or sometimes you see they call this company strategy. But if you see once they started talking about the marketing strategy, they're talking about the pricing strategy, they talk about the human strategy, human resource strategy, or even like a financial strategy. This is, I call like comparatively low level strategy. This is by specific, this is so-called the functional strategy. It is also important, but usually we start from the company, right? The high level, company level, business level, and then we talk about the functional strategy. So if we directly jump into those functional strategies, we were lost. All right, it could be very confusing. So what strategy? What is the company strategy? What is the relationship? We first have the company strategy, and then we develop accordingly. We develop a functional strategy to support the company strategy. Probably you have heard about the purpose, vision, mission. Those are like the let's say that the high target or high, like a direction, right? But we need the strategy get to there. I mean, first off, the question is, what is strategy, right? What is the strategy? What is the definition of strategy? Actually, the strategy, the organization strategies shows what the organization wants to achieve. And then more important, how they will achieve that. We first have the company strategy. We define the company strategy, and then the functional strategy support the company strategy. Clear? Let's focus on the high level. Corporate strategy, business strategy, or company strategy. I had difficulties to understand that. But later on, once I become the middle manager, I realized strategy is very important because you are responsible for a function, for a very important department. You needed to follow that. And then you needed to develop your own strategy, functional strategy to support. The second important thing is strategy and then tactics and the daily operations. They're also very different, all right? Also, they are different, but what's the difference? Briefly, let me tell you the difference. Strategy is more about the destination, the direction, and how we are going to get there. This is strategy. But the tactics are more specific actions. This is more like actionable steps. I'll give you an example. We want to climb the mountain, the top, the path. This is the strategy. But how we climb the mountain, right? By how many days, right? Kilometers per day, right? Climb the mountain. And then what we need, right? Tactics, all right? More detailed, more specific actions to achieve once we finish this strategic planning, we will come back to chapter 8 and then chapter 10. We talk about planning, the big topic. Ready, right? Think about that. We have other plannings. So we will have the strategic planning. We will have the tactical planning. We will have the operational planning, right? Different level. It is like if we talk about operational planning, this can be your day-to-day activity, right? Down to the, the first line. But also we can have other planning, your career planning, your study planning, right? So those are all planning. If we talk about the planning, at this moment, forget about the strategy, all right? Thinking about the planning, a plan is a map or a framework, a blueprint to achieve the goal. Planning is the process to determine the path to achieve the goal, right? So in that sense, two components, right? The planning, we have two components. One is the goal, the other is the plan. It's easy for us to start, the discussion of chapter 8. What is the basic managerial planning? We'll introduce you something regarding the planning tools, planning techniques. Treat this short, let's say, as an introduction to module 4, which is the planning. Always, strategy sounds very high, very far away, right? But the strategic planning actually is very important.